Hello everyone, Tyler here with Hicks and Tricks. Today we have a special one for you. This is Mewtwo only for Pokémon Silver, the ultimate challenge. In this new series, we're taking on the entire Pokémon game with just one Pokémon. And you guessed it, the legendary Mewtwo, the psychic masterpiece. Here are just a few simple rules. No other Pokemon besides the ones that we'll need for HM moves. I can heal in battle, but I cannot use any items once the main Pokemon faints. So if I'm in a battle, I can use a full restore on my Pokemon. But if the Pokemon faints, I cannot use a revive or max revive to bring that Pokemon back to life. Now, we all know that Mewtwo is one of the most powerful Pokemon in the entire game. It has incredible special attack and psychic abilities. It can dominate everything in its path. Here are the moves that Mewtwo will learn at each level, the most powerful one being at level 66 though, so I won't have Psychic for a while. Its attack moves are pretty awesome. I assume that Confusion is definitely going to be the one that we use most often. But can Mewtwo take down every gym, every Elite Four, and take down Red at the very end by itself? Let's hop in and find out. My prediction is that Mewtwo will most likely not have very much trouble until the very end. Mewtwo doesn't have a lot of Pokemon that it is weak to, but even with that, Mewtwo is super strong. I'm going to try and not be the highest level for these fights, but I still want to enjoy the game. I love battling trainers and proving that I am the true Pokemon master. And as always, please hit that subscribe button, don't forget to comment, and also hit that like button, really appreciate it. Here we go. The first rival battle went simply as expected. He had no chance against me. Even though the question marks are his name, I always name my rival Gary. I've done that ever since the very beginning. Took him out no problem. Bellsprout Tower was also no match for us at all. Even though Mewtwo is around about the same level, a couple levels higher, its attack is just so much more than any of the Pokemon that we face. Pretty much ever since we started, we've been one-shotting people, it feels like. So, I mean, there's nobody that really stands in our way as of right now. Even for this guy, he can't do anything against us. It is definitely first gym time. We're going to put our true Mewtwo skills to the test. And of course, as I predicted, a complete shutout by Mewtwo. Even though Mewtwo is only level 12. Ooh, actually, I got hit on one time. But we still prevailed and dominated. Got our first badge. Got everything that we needed. On to the next one. Too easy. Even going for the second badge, Mewtwo is just way too powerful of a Pokemon to even have a chance of competing, having somebody compete with him. Mewtwo takes out Scyther, almost no problem, two-shots it. It is at level 19, but it is still just way too powerful. Bugsy just goes down without even trying to do anything about it. Our second rival fight is next, and as you could expect, it went pretty good. As of right now, he's only got 3 Pokemon. Ghastly easily goes down to Confusion. Mewtwo is at level 19, just blowing all these Pokemon away. Bayleaf doesn't stand a chance either. Two-shotted it as well. Next thing you know, we dominate Gary once again. This Pokemon here is one of the most life-saving Pokemon in the whole game. We got the old Paris. Now, even though it might sound weak, this is going to be the HM Slave. If you haven't already, go pick up a Paris of yourself. It can know Rock Smash, it can know Cut, it can learn Flash. All 3 HM moves, all in one. I really don't know how it's going to go against Whitney. Whitney has a really strong Pokemon with Miltank that can use Rollout. I am only a couple levels higher than it, so we can actually see what it's going to do. It does use Rollout, but it looks like Confusion is way too powerful. If you were using any other Pokemon almost, Rollout would have been really good for it. But since Mewtwo is already so powerful, it just couldn't do anything. And there you have it, we do get our third gym badge. Our next rival fight awaits, and as you can expect, we take him down with no problem. Gary always wants to try to challenge us, but he can just never succeed. He's got a Haunter that is completely weak to Mewtwo, easily taken down. Magnemite. Now, Magnemite is definitely going to be probably a trouble later on, just depending on what level Mewtwo is. Even though Mewtwo's already at level 28 and just is shredding fools, Gary seems like, I just don't get it. Gary always thinks he can take us down, but he cannot. And, of course, we have to release all 3 legendary dogs. Now, on other runs, I have been seeing them. It's kind of crazy. I caught one the other day, Suicune, with the Ultra Ball, or actually with a Great Ball, first try, so that was pretty cool. It's not always going to happen, but we're not using them in this run, so it doesn't matter if we catch them or not. With this 4th gym, easily being probably the easiest one out of all of them compared to type levels and types just in general, because Ghastly is ghost type, weak to the psychic. Every single one of these Pokemon go down without a problem. Confusion is just too powerful. And one good thing about Confusion is the PP that it uses. It has 25 PP, which is incredible. If it only had like 10 or 15, this run would not be as fast as it is. But with it having 25, it is just awesome. I just now got Shadow Ball, and I am going to teach this to Mewtwo, and this is going to be one of the most helpful moves as well, because we are going to try to use this all the way, even whenever we go and face red. Here's another trick for those of you that did not know. If you use Rock Smash on one of these, and a Pokemon appears, it's usually going to be a Krabby. Krabby can learn Surf, Waterfall, Whirlpool. This Pokemon right here is kind of like the Paris, except for the water. Once again, we have a gym battle that Mewtwo is one of the strongest against, and that would be in the fighting type. Both these Pokemon, Primeape goes down easily. I mean, Mewtwo is pretty high level at this point. That's because I am battling people. But nothing can stand in its way. Still way too powerful. These gyms, as of right now, are just dominating. I don't see anybody stopping us. Here we go, on to the 6th gym badge right here with old Jasmine. She does have Steel-type Pokemon, which makes me a little bit worried. I think Mewtwo should be able to take it down. I know that Mewtwo can definitely handle himself, but with it being paralyzed and being not very strong to Steel-type Pokemon, we'll see how Steelix does. I imagine that we should take it down, hopefully, but it looks like we're at 22 HP, and we don't. We actually lose our very first fight in the whole battle. I was a little bit surprised on this. I didn't think that it would actually be strong enough. Alright, here we go. We actually went for it a second time, and it looks like the same outcome. If we have Magnemite that keeps on paralyzing us, there's just nothing that we can really do against Steelix. I mean, I can use a full restore and do it that way, but that way it just seems too easy. So here we go. I'm going to try it again and hopefully get it. I did fail a couple more times trying to go against Jasmine. Mewtwo just wasn't high enough level, and I didn't really get good luck, so I tried to go to level 38 with Mewtwo. So we're going to see if this actually does better. He tried to use Thunder Wave against me. It didn't happen. I think that's what I just really needed to do, was just to get some good RNG on my side. That way that, because that Paralyze, it just kind of sucked. Mewtwo's going for Confusion. It does become confused, hurts himself, and that's actually what helps me out here. So I would say, yes, it is a little bit about luck, but there we go. We have the Mineral Badge. We have the 6th badge in place. On to the next. That one took forever. There's a big difference in trainers all the way from the 6th badge to the 7th. You have to help Lance fight out a lot of things. You've probably defeat, I feel like, what seemed like to be like 100 trainers. So Mewtwo's level's at level 43, 5 levels higher, which doesn't seem like a whole bunch, but it definitely is, just from being 1 badge difference. So I don't see any Pokemon that will actually take Mewtwo down for a little bit, just because we had to fight the people. I didn't have a choice on a lot of them. You have to fight a lot of the people for it. But we did get the 7th badge. We're able to use, I believe, either Waterfall or Whirlpool. And we're going to go to the very next one. Mewtwo, it just can't be stopped. Just like this one, we're going to have to fight some more people. Definitely going to heal up. Let's see what we can really do. These rival fights here, they don't really mean much, but they do mean a lot more to me. Just because I think, I'm a competitor. So anybody that always wants to challenge me, especially somebody like Gary, he deserves to go down like a sack of potatoes, because he's always trying to talk crap to us. But you know what? We're not gonna let him this time. We're not gonna let him any time, because we're gonna be way too over leveled for him, and he's not gonna have any Pokemon that can stop us at all. Just like Meganium, he went down as always. It's always crazy to me how much just one Pokemon can actually level up if you're only using one throughout the whole game. Mewtwo's already at level 51, and it's one of the slowest gaining levels-wise for a Pokemon. And imagine if I was using somebody that was even a little bit half between that, they'd probably already be at like level 60 or something. But as you can see, 11 levels higher, Claire had no chance at all, and that was the 8th badge. I'm actually surprised they didn't do it a little bit higher. I don't know why they didn't, but we did just get the 8th badge. Well, we're about to, and then we're going to go on to the old Kanto region. I know I just said that we have to go to the Kanto region. I completely forgot we have to do the Elite Four first. But before that, we've got the old rival battle again. It seemed like I just now faced him, and I don't think that he even got that much stronger. I know that I did, but I don't think that he did. So once again, even though he does have a Magneton, he is going to go down like a sack of potatoes and stand no chance against the true Pokemon Master. Even though I get paralyzed and I get confused, hurt myself in confusion, and I think this might be the first time in the game where I actually have to use a potion on myself mid-game, because I've been used to just dominating people so much. But you know what? It's Mewtwo. Sometimes it'll happen, and I didn't realize I'm going to have to actually use it twice again. So now, there we go. It's doing so much damage to me. I couldn't believe it whenever I was doing this. I just could not believe exactly how much. And I died. Oh my gosh, my Pokemon fainted. No way. Alright, this time I am not going to leave anything to chance. I know I was talking crap and it kind of bit me right in the butt. But we are not going to let our rival, Gary, beat us. We are going to use what we can, hopefully dominate. And Magneton and Magnemite are like my worst enemy just because of the paralyze that they can do. But at least now I defeated Haunter, about to dominate Kadabra, and last but not least Meganium, which I always dominate usually, just like this. And there you go. We are about to head to the Elite Four. Gary, get wrecked. I'm not really sure how all this is going to do. I know that Mewtwo is really strong, but there's got to be something that is going to stop Mewtwo. At least I think so. I don't know if I'm going to do this all in one shot. I could. I know that a lot of these Pokemon, they are either weak to me or just neutral, which even the neutral damage is just still insane. Just like this Executor, Shadow Ball, I just dominate it. So we're going to probably go through this fairly easy, especially whenever Slowbro doesn't know what it can do. I don't know why I just now use Swift on that. I keep using random other things. Maybe it's because I'm trying to save up Shadow Ball, but Will's defeated. On to the next. I imagine that Koga is going to actually be probably a little bit easier, just because I believe most of the Pokemon are weak to Mewtwo as it is anyways. And even if Mewtwo was the same level as them, I just don't see any of the Pokemon really putting up a fight against Mewtwo, at least this early. But that explosion actually dominated for some reason. So Koga, I give you credit. You did have a Pokemon that potentially, maybe if it would have crit, it could have taken me out. But for the rest of your team, you just stood no chance. Third Elite Four, Bruno. Just like the last ones, using fighting type against my electric. Well, I mean, besides Onyx, but they go down. Everybody should be going down one shot, even Machamp. It's just Mewtwo is too much to handle at this point. One-shotting everybody. And my level, I'm about to be level 57, which is going to be awesome, awesome, awesome. I wonder if we're going to beat this all in one. Here we go. Karen is up next. And Karen is one of those trainers that it's like a mix of Pokemon that you don't know if it'll actually do really good against you or it could just go smoothly. And right now, I think I'm just kind of freaking out because of Umbreon. But I feel like right now, maybe I have a pretty good chance. All I have to do, we got Houndoom. I keep using Swift. And as long as I can actually two-shot this Houndoom, maybe I can have a chance of beating it. I do. On to the next. Gengar, shouldn't be a problem. And we have one more Pokemon right after this, Vileplume. Attack missed, Petal Dance. Oh my gosh, and both of those. So that Vileplume actually took me out. That is crazy. Alright, we finally made it back to Karen. Vileplume stood no chance this time. That's all I had to do was just hit it once on the last one. But now, here we go. We are about to fight old Lance. Let's get to it. Lance is here, and of course he starts off with Gyarados, but these Pokemon are just too low a level. Mewtwo's level 59. Mewtwo just does just so much damage that it just can't be stopped. Even whenever it's paralyzed, all these Dragonites have no chance. Now, one thing that would be nice is if I had Psychic. I probably could have taken them out all in one shot. But, you know, sometimes you can't win them all. Right there, I did have to use a full restore. And so hopefully we can take them out. We'll see here. Aerodactyl, it always reminds me of the Elite Four in the original Pokemon games. Charizard, that's kind of just a random Pokemon, but, you know, who knows. Last Pokemon, Dragonite, level 50. I thought this one was going to be a lot tougher, but I guess it was not. And that is enough to beat the Elite Four. Now that we are the champions, we get to go to the Kanto region and dominate there. It's always awesome going back to these old games like this. Pokemon Silver, not only does it have the Johto region, but you can go back to the Kanto region. That's one of the, that's one of the storylines. So it's kind of cool defeating all these gym leaders again, like Lieutenant Surge. I know none of these gym leaders are like the most powerful or anything like that, but it's still cool going back, just seeing, because whenever you start off playing Pokemon Red and Pokemon Blue, these are the Pokemon that you go against, and it's something about it that just makes it awesome. Now, Mewtwo is definitely getting up there for the levels. We got Sabrina coming up here, no match at all, but the level I want to try to maybe get to close to level 70 before Red. I'm not sure what level I'm going to need to be, but all these Pokemon that I'm battling right now are definitely going to help with XP. I'm one-shotting everything, so I'm definitely very, very powerful. And at level 66, we get to learn the move Psychic, which should be here pretty soon. I believe that I'm at level 64. Yep, there we go, 64. So we only have a couple more levels left, and Psychic, even though it only has 10 PP, it is the strongest move pretty much that Mewtwo can learn, and I don't see anybody stopping us with that move, even that level 81 Pikachu. But first, we definitely have to get all these badges from the Kanto region before we can fight Red, so that's exactly what we're going to do. And here we go, another gym leader that is about to go down. We got Janine, is that it? Janine? And a special level 66, we can finally use the move Psychic, which is an all-powerful move, the one that we've been waiting on. I know Ariados, I just used it on him. I don't have to. Confusion probably could have taken all these people out. Actually, I know they would have. But just to use Psychic now is just insane. Even against the non-weak opponents, Psychic is still just a strong move. We are almost there. We're fighting Misty right now in Cerulean City. Mewtwo has reached level 70, and we are just shredding full every single person. There's nothing that anybody can really do at this point. I guess right now we're just kind of leveling up just to face Red, which I'm kind of glad that we're not lower level, because if we're going to have to grind anyways, I'd rather get that out of the way, because sometimes grinding just takes forever. It feels like gets really repetitive. So beating Misty right here was really awesome. On to the next. Fighting Brock right here always feels nostalgic, even though Brock is not very strong at all. Well, actually, not going to lie, these Pokemon that he's going against right now, or that has right now, are actually pretty strong. In the original games, though, not as much. Not with the Onix and Geodude. He's kind of evolved. Well, he still has an Onix, but he's got other Pokemon, Kabutops, other ones that are actually pretty strong. So I'm kind of glad that they did that for this whole, not the really remake, but I'm glad that they did that. Using Mewtwo has definitely been proven that it is one of the strongest Pokemon in the game to use. I mean, we got Blaine right here that has Macargo, probably going to get one shot by every single person. I'm surprised he only has 3 Pokemon. I believe in the regular game he had Rapidash And I want to say that I thought he had either Ninetales and Arcanine, but maybe that was Blue. Or maybe that was Giovanni. I can't remember. Let's go fight Blue. Now, Blue's Pokemon, as of right now, is the strongest trainer I think that we have faced so far. Because all of its Pokemon are in the level 50s. They're pretty good, even though they're getting dominated by Mewtwo right now. It is still the highest level that we fought so far besides Red. Blue's probably the second strongest in the game besides Red. And look at this, we just sweep everybody. Sweep everybody with Mewtwo. Of course, Mewtwo's probably one of the most dominant in the game. I'd say probably top 3, at least in Silver. It might be number 1. It could be. I'm not sure about that, but here we go. This is where it's going to really test us. Here it is, Mount Silver. This is so crazy. It's just something about it going against Red with the 81 Pikachu and getting dominated first shot by it. Let's see, Espeon could go down one shot. It definitely does. I would say Snorlax. Snorlax with that special defense. That's the only thing that is probably going to hurt us is him using that. I'm not sure. All right, let's see here. He went to sleep. He does have Snore. I don't know how much damage Snore is going to do. It looks like it's about 40 damage. We need to get a critical hit. No, not us. We have 1. Yep. We just now fainted. We got to come back stronger. All right, guys. We are back with almost probably like 10 tries at this. And all those 10 tries, I kept failing at Snorlax. So all I would really need to do is just get lucky against him, which, oh baby, right there, critical hit. And then again, that's all I needed to happen. It took so many tries just for that to happen. It was just crazy. All we have left now is Blastoise and Venusaur. If we can get down Blastoise, Venusaur should go down one shot. I have to do this anyways. I have to use a Hyper Potion or Full Restore on Mewtwo. I can't chance it right now. We are going to use Psychic. And there we have it. Mewtwo at level 74. We have beaten the game. We have beaten Red. I can't believe it. If you guys did enjoy, hit that subscribe button. Comment what Pokemon I should do next. This was a very awesome series. It was awesome using Mewtwo. Thank you guys for watching. Take care.